Hey, it's me again. Back with another wrestling lesson, lesson number 5. No game with Jason York. Here we go. Today's lessons are going to be around the single shot, getting around the corner, and we'll come back up to our feet. Again, we don't have a partner, so it's just kind of imagining that partner is there and working on that shot. We're also going to talk about quickness a little bit. Yeah, and how to get a little bit faster and things that you can do to get faster. All right. Just to review, because repetition is the key to learning, so you should always be doing these things. Stance in motion. We're lowering our level, right? We're sprawling. We're down blocking, kicking that leg back. Those are all things that you can practice on your own, and I would suggest you practicing those different things a good 20 minutes a day. Go out there, practice those things 20 minutes. Not you don't have to do it all in a row, right? You can do like 30-second bursts, right? Okay, we're gonna do this 30 seconds. I'm gonna do this 30 seconds. Take a couple minutes break. Repeat, right? But it's really important. All these things, all these little details, all these very basic moves are what gives you that great foundation that can then elevate you to those more complicated moves, right? We need to get efficient and bring this stuff into the muscle memory so that we can be quicker, and that's part of the quickness, okay? But right now we're going to go and do that low single shot, all right? And that's a little bit different than my other penetration shot, right? I have way too much headroom, by the way. I'm going to tilt that down. All right. I'm not that tall. Our other penetration shot was more of a double penetration shot, right? Where we were down here, boom, step, knee drive. That other leg comes up, we drive to the side, flare the arms, right? Using our head to drive, right? And the other one was our spring shot, where we got low, boom, and drove forward. And a really explosive jump, driving our chest to those knees, head up, chest up, right? With my single shot, I do it a little bit differently, right? When I step, I don't step straight forward. Because when I hit my single, I'm already thinking about getting around the corner, right? And if you wrestle, you know what that means. That means I got the leg, I'm here at the leg, boom, and I'm trying to get toward their back quickly. So that's stepping up and pivoting on that knee, right? And getting that single here, boom, and coming up. Right? Because they're going to be sprawling and trying to get an angle on you. You need to get a deeper angle. So you're trying to come around that corner. Okay? So with my single shot, again, I do it just a little bit differently. Right? I always have a setup first. I like that club, and I like a little push-pull. I'm going to do outside reach or inside reach, okay? This first one I'm going to show you is an outside reach single shot, all right? And I use a little push-pull with that. I'm trying to get their opposite leg to come forward, right? So then I can attack. So when I'm in here, I'll grab that shoulder right on the tricep here. I'll grab the other tricep here, inside control. I have this hand on that, and I'm just going to push-pull, right? Push-pull. And when I push-pull, I'm going to step to the side a little bit, and I'm going to pull back here, right? Push-pull. That gets them to step. And this is a big motion, right? This pull, this leg that comes back, using those hips, right? This leg that comes back, it barely touches the ground before I step again. And when I step, I try to step as deep as I can, and I'm trying to step almost behind their foot and at an angle. Boom. Right? So I'm trying to almost step on the back of their heel. And that's going to help me get around that corner a little bit faster. Boom. At the same time, my hand, my outside arm, is punching that knee, right around that knee. Right? All right. So I'm coming in and dropping that knee, and that knee is going to land right behind their foot usually. Right? I'm usually stepping pretty close to next to their foot here, and this knee is dropping behind their foot, trapping their leg from going back. Right? Same time, I'm punching that knee, and then I swivel on that knee. So I go here, boom, and as I do that, right, my inclination is to pivot on that knee, right? Really spin on it. That involves lifting your foot off the ground a little bit, right? So it's push, pull, step, rotate around. And I'm punching that knee, and I'll have that leg. You know, they'll stop my motion a little bit because I'm hitting, and their resistance will stop my motion a little bit, right? Now I'm behind. I lock it up with two hands, and I drive up in. Using my head, pushing with my head, driving that shoulder into the back of their hamstring. Okay. Again, here, I do a little push-pull. I punch, step, and turn. Right back up. Right back up into it. Keeping that pressure on. My head is on the inside here. My head is going to be right on that thigh. All right? Nice and tight. If I do a higher single, my head's going to be up in the chest. But for this is a low single. My head's right on that thigh. Boom, tight. Head inside. Or even up here near the hip, you know? One more time. I push, pull. Drive that knee. Punch it through. Lock. Pull it to my chest. Drive up. Okay? That's the outside reach single. Some people call it a sweep. I don't call it a sweep because I don't sweep. Sweep, that makes you I feel like people that sweep are stepping too far away from the body, and they end up out here. And I don't want to be out here. I want that leg in tight. I'm strong here. Out here, I'm extended and weak. Strong here. Have that leg right up in my chest, okay? All right, inside reach single, okay? I hit my inside reach on the opposite side that I hit my outside reach. Because I want to reach, I like to reach with the same hand. I like to reach with my right hand. All right? So my setup for my inside reach, and so the difference is like, instead of going outside here, I'm going inside here. All right? And I'm going right to that knee. If you can get really low, you can hit that ankle or hit that heel. But for this, right to that knee. Okay? I like to hit a club, and at the same time I club, I step with my outside foot. Again, right behind their foot if I can. Right? Boom. See how I get that little bit of angle? I'm going already. I don't hesitate and I don't question my abilities. I just hit it. Right? So right when I'm clubbing, I know I'm going. This isn't like a fake club and just gonna stand there. I'm clubbing and I'm going. Alright? So I club and I step and I lower my level and I reach inside all at the same time. Boom! Here. Once I get that knee, this knee is dropping behind the foot. I'm pivoting that leg back, getting around that corner right here. Right? Pulling here. Boom. Again, two hands on that leg, driving up in. Driving up in hard, using my head, using my body to get that leg up in the air. Okay? I'm here, I club, I step, I reach inside. Boom. Look at my foot. It's turned. Boom. Right here. I'm pulling that, using my hips. I spin, drive up in. One more time. Club, step, reach. Boom. 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 I pull that knee in, drop my knee to the mat hard and fast. Use my hips and torque that around. Boom. Back up. Right up to my feet. Finish high. kick that leg out, 2, takedown, right? So those are the 2 techniques you should try to give. If you have a mat, give it a try. Try to break it down a little bit. Take it slow at first. Get the positioning right, okay? And so I wanted to talk about quickness really quickly. Might not even be that quick, all right? But if you want to improve your quickness, there are a bunch of different things you can do. I myself, I wrestled in Maine. I was a 2-time state champ in Maine, and I was okay, but then I went to Boston University and wrestled Division I, and I realized that I wasn't really that quick. And that's something I really needed to improve upon. I had good hips. I could sprawl and stop, but I couldn't. I was having a real difficult time shooting and getting in because I wasn't quick enough. And I realized that I needed to do something about it. So one thing that I did do, and I learned to do, was I learned to relax my body a little bit more, because I found out that being relaxed actually helped my muscles fire faster. So if I were all tense in there, you move kind of slowly. But if you're relaxed, you can be a little shiftier. You're just more powerful. Your muscles will tighten and explode faster if you're loose. So that's why I always say, deep breath, relax, get into that stance, because that's going to help you become quicker. And finding that balance was difficult for me, because when I was in high school, I was really like, get him, right? Like I was really tense and intense, and I had to figure out how to keep the intensity, but keep my body relaxed, and that helped me improve my quickness a lot. Another thing that I really like to do, and this is when I was coaching at Bridgewater, and I noticed my kids were having a hard time moving their feet quickly, and their footwork was sloppy or a little slow. So we started doing a lot of ladder drills, and I highly recommend doing ladders. And you can agility drills, right? Ladder and agility drills, and you can find a bunch of videos on all different agility drills. And one of my, some of the easy ones are like, you can do it on a line where you're just let me find a line here that you can see, right? If I'm here, it's like here, right? Working on that quickness, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right? Moving laterally, If you don't have an agility ladder at your house, right? No big deal. Get some chalk. Draw one on the sidewalk like you're doing hopscotch, right? Actually, hopscotch is a pretty good little agility drill, right? Hop, hop, double hop, Doing stuff like that will help improve your quickness, because it'll force you to become more relaxed while you're doing things and more coordinated, right? So I highly recommend doing agility drills on a ladder and stuff like that. Oh yeah, Timmy Ferreira, you're right. Ladder drills, they're awesome, right? So that's another thing. And one other thing that I found out, so I had to adapt, right? I had to get quicker when I went to wrestle in college. And I found out that I became quicker because I became more efficient. So I did little things that made my motions more coordinated and faster, right? When I was in high school, maybe, the technique was just a little bit off, made me work a little bit harder. Maybe when I was hitting that single, I would step straight in, opposed to stepping with my foot to the side. So when I had to go around the corner, it took me that extra fraction of a second, and that extra fraction of a second means the difference between a takedown and not a takedown, right? So little things, little details like that. Instead of going, instead of doing that sweep where you're coming out away from the body, go directly to the leg. Right? Don't go outside the leg, go right to it, and go to it hard, right? One of the things that, Coach Adams, the former coach of Boston University, one of the things that he really preached was that knee drive, That knee drive is where a lot of quickness comes in. So when you're here, that knee getting to the mat as fast as you can, that can help a lot. And you can just practice that, right? You can just be in your stance low. That's part of the spring. That's almost part of that spring shot, right? Slower. Boom. Getting that knee down and hard, fast, right? So all these little things add up to even, and the other part is having a good setup. Having a good setup and getting that leg to get closer to you when you take your shot. All these little things add up to make you look fast. Like, I never got that fast. Like, there were some kids that were lightning quick, and it just blew my mind. And I always tried to attain that, but you know, even as hard as I could, I worked as hard as I could, and I didn't quite get that. But I got so much more efficient at my shots, so much more relaxed, that I had the appearance of being quick. And people were like, "Oh wow, you're pretty quick," and I was like, not really. I just I became more efficient. So always work on doing things the right way, all the way down to those little details, and work on those details. Work on those efficiencies. And that means repetition. Repetition is the key to learning, as my friend Brian Bronk likes to say. Repetition is the key to learning. Let me repeat myself. Repetition is the key to learning. So doing these things over and over and over again. But not only just doing them over and over and over again, but doing them over and over and over again correctly. All right? So really, really focus when you do it. And remember, a day without wrestling is like a day without sunshine. And next couple of days it's going to be cloudy because I'm going to be not going live for the weekend, but I'll be back on Monday. So I hope to see you guys there. And if you have any questions or anything like that, put them in the comments. I read them. I'll respond. And I hope you have a great weekend, everybody. Take care.